we have been married for 10 years before Marina was born. And it was really a big wish of us, of both of us, to have kids, and it wasn't possible for many years. And after Marina was born, 20 months later, Monica came also, and we were, my husband and me, we have been the most happily married people of the world. We felt like this, and we enjoyed the life together with our kid. We got together every evening when I came back from my job, and we always had together our dinner. Everybody had a place on the table, and we spent always nice time in the evening having dinner. But this happiness didn't last for long.
I remember that how I got lost twice, and then when my dad and my sister found me, my dad wasn't mad at me. He was relieved that I was okay. And I also remember him cooking for us and picking us up from school, and then every day we went to pick up my mom.
We would always have school vacations really early, like 1 month earlier, before my mom could get free from work. And since my dad wasn't able to work, he took us from Vienna back to our country, where to my aunt and my cousins. And it was really hard because it was the first time that we were actually only with our dad and my mom wasn't there. But it was really great because he would like do anything we wanted. He would like take me and my cousins shopping and take us out to the city. And even though it's like he was a guy and he was a man, he would like send all of us girls.
My husband got sick, and we hoped it wasn't the worst diagnosis, but it was cancer.
My earliest memories, I can remember him always being sick. I don't know any different.
And he was sick for like since ever I remember. We would always be helping him around, and we would always be there for him. And like I've never actually known him healthy, but like all my life I would always like my mom and they would always tell us like he's gonna get better. Like that's what I was always looking forward to.
Even though he was sick, he still tried to do stuff with us, and he didn't let it limit him and what he did with us, and he still fulfilled our every wish, big or small.
Every time like people would see me that used to know him but not me, they were like, oh my gosh, you're exactly like him, exactly. And that's what makes me feel like really happy, because I'm glad to have like to know that, oh, I'm like him. But like what they've told me is that he studied to be an electrical engineer, and he used to work for a computer company who would like put together computers. So he was really good at putting it to like electronical stuff. Like we would get a computer and he would just place it all together. It was like he wanted to not use the manual. He wanted to figure everything out by himself.
3 of us are a small family traveling around the world every few years. Because of my job, actually I'm a diplomat of Bosnia and Herzegovina. He was also supporting me with this traveling, and the opinion was, let's be together, let's be happy.
Everywhere we moved, we would like look for a new doctor, hoping it might be a better one than the one before, who could like help us more out and like find a medicine that would actually help. So basically like my whole life I've been in hospitals all over, and like I've just been confronted with the fact that like we would always need to go to the doctor and have even nurses come home and like give him like infusions and whatever he needed to have.
Every time I saw him at the hospital, it was even though we still had hope, it was different because everything around us, we tried really hard not to think about that he was sick, but then when he was at the hospital, it was hard because everything around you told you that he's sick.
He was, of course, supported by me. He was really fighting for getting better, forget all assistance needed to live. Just a few days or a few months longer with his kids and with the family.
The Christmas of 2006, my dad was so sick that he couldn't go. And especially by the time New Year's came, he couldn't at all. We spent Christmas together at our house, so family came over to our house. But then I didn't realize actually how serious it was, and like, we just went for New Year's, and I remember being so sad and crying. Like, reality kind of hit me, and I was like, hey, like, maybe things are really bad actually.
I was aware that it couldn't last any more longer because he was that sick that he couldn't eat without taking medicine.
I remember talking to him on the phone, and like, I was like crying on the phone, but I didn't want him like to see me sad or anything.
I was always scared that one day he wouldn't be there.
I remember going to the hospital and visiting him, and it was just a bunch of the family there already, and they brought me there, and my mom was there the whole day already.
I talked to doctors many times a day, but they told me just it is the last day maybe, or it's gonna to be one more day, but he will not wake up, he will just be sleeping as long as it goes, it lasts.
And we were like basically all sitting there and like waiting for him to wake up. And I remember like going to the hospital again with my sister and telling her like, don't worry, I saw Dad and he's still fine and you'll see how he is when we get there. But meanwhile, my dad passed away.
I didn't know for sure what was going on.
So I kept telling my sister like, you're gonna see, and then when we got there, he was not like that anymore. And then I started screaming because I didn't want it to be true.
And then I saw him for the last time, and I kind of felt guilty because I didn't get to say goodbye to him.
It was really hard time for all of us. We were hoping that this would last and never end.
And we just spent a few days in Vienna because that's where he passed away, and then we went back to my country for the funeral.
I remember Marina was that tough that because her dad always used to say to her, don't be crying, everything in life you are confronted with is a part of life, you have to fight, you have to be strong to go further. And when all of us were crying, she just didn't.
If he was still here, I would tell him that I love him, and I would say goodbye, and I would tell him that I'm proud of him and that I will always look up to him and that I miss him.
I would like him to be here and see how I'm growing up and be here as a dad, just like most other teenagers have a dad, to be alone with them as they're growing up.